Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. I guess we check up on the body, or maybe some of this stuff over here. Let's see what this is. Letter R wears a crown on a ribbon below, a light above descending. Wise words. Grow herbs in a greenhouse. Okay. Oxidizing. Very good. Okay, guess I can't really get over there. Alright. Well, let's click this body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes.
Hold
The
on.
face around them does
There we
not
go.
look human. It's
Sorry, that was pretty loud,
and
wasn't
ready
it?
to burst. His lips are fish-like, and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Oh, that doesn't sound great.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Endurance legendary. Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
I don't know if I want to let my nose go. But, you know, sure, why not?
As you breathe in,
Wow, I did
the
it.
odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Alright.
The
Boots?
material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
What kind of boots are these?
They're armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Okay, so what kind of armor is this?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
Nods towards Kuno. I don't want to talk to Kuno
If you
again.
wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
Pull the boot
Ageless
off.
And synthetic.
Actually, hold on. Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Punch it harder.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder. The only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long dice roll.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yes.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
What happened to the rest?
The locals probably scavenged it.
Oh.
We should keep a lookout for this.
If you wear those pieces, It will help me protect your mortal coil. The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
Okay, pull the boot
The
off.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
What?
Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Jesus. Do what?
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside.
Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just this once. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Okay, got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
How can you afford such
That's
stuff?
for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
You look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Okay, let's back
The
off.
cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
What is that?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
I should get a drink.
No, you should not. get
Well,
a drink.
shit.
You should perform an initial inspection of the victim's corpse. We are on the rope part.
What kind of rope?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a harbor.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Well, they sure wanted him to stay there.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
How'd they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Okay, and we're assuming the dock workers did
The
it?
brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Dude, I don't remember anything about my life. Do you think I remember a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation, nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Back off.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo
The
belt. An
tattoos!
intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this the night sky?
The map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
Oh?
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it. through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
Okay.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
I don't know what that is.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Ah. Okay.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound.
Ah.
A shrill flash.
Oh,
Followed by the
God.
breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
No, you know what? Sure, yeah, let me have it.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Yeah.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay. Look him in the
His
eye.
eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Okay.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
The corpse
I
is
failed.
dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Oh, back off.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing
How
it?
should I know why you are squinting, officer?
His face and hands are pink, thighs too, the rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
I agree. Totally dead.
Totally.
Absolutely.
He's beaten up.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Oh god, this kid.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
What do you
I
think?
think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Yep.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Something is coming out of
A
him.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death? I don't... We got lucky?
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
Back off.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
How do we get him
Are
down?
you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Okay, have
The
another look.
cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Seems like it's done.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Exactly, call the police.
Someone already did. You know who came? We did. Because we have made bad life decisions. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, man. We could use the kid's ladder on the side of the tree.
I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks. And I don't see another good way up there. Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this.
Why?
Clown cops climb tree, fall down. Enraged cop assaults children after falling from tree.
Good point.
Cretin cop, they like that word, saws the branch he's sitting on, literally. Local children report corpse mutilation.
Fuck yeah, climb that shit, monkeys.
See, you're only making them do those things less.
Can you see into the future, Kim?
No, I do not see the future. I made those up using 2 decades in the Revacholian police force as a reference point.
We shouldn't be afraid of newspapers.
Oh no. We should be very afraid of newspapers. And the radio stations too. We should be wary of enticing them in any way.
Okay. Alright, the risks are too high.
Yes. We should use acrobatics as the very last option. After we've tried everything normal.
Oh, these have got to be the most fucking boring multiple parts I've ever seen.
Shoot him down?
Yeah, bang bang time, pig, shoot his head off.
How?
Shoot the belt?
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
Let me try.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Alright, I'll say nothing.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
"A lot of things were wrong with that shot.
Well,
Hephaestus was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
it's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
No.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
I mean, listen, we can just keep shooting.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
I could try.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
I'm gonna need your gun.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
Well, I think someone stole it from me, maybe?
Extremely unfortunate. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
This is a terrible idea.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Alright, let's, yeah.
Do it! Set me free!
Don't.
Do it!
Jesus. I just kind of want to make a bunch of bad decisions with this guy. But maybe that's even a little too much. That may be a little too much. Point the gun on the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Hey!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Wait, what?
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
Lieutenant raises his right hand. Slap it.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were f***ed.
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Ugh.
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though.
How so?
Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Okay. Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Well, we got the body down, so that's good. And we don't have to talk to these kids anymore. That's even better.
Hello again, officer.
Hello, ma'am.
How are things?
Need directions.
Since the street signs messed up? Okay. What do you need?
Do you know where I can find the representative for Wild
Wild
Pines?
Pines? You mean the company woman?
Sure.
Yes, a representative of the harbor. She should have set up operations nearby.
Oh, that must be the woman on the giant boat. There's one docked on the pier. It arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's very hard to miss.
Okay. Boat on the pier northwest of us. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Can we go this way? Guess I don't really know what's around here, do I? Hello?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir.
Hi.
My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Okay.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold
I'm
because?
signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Pat her head. I'm not gonna pat her head. I should have a word with the store owner.
Oh, no, sir.
What?
I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school anyway, right?
School? Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
The gale wind blows in from the coast, a wind of needles. It wraps itself around a building of brick and mortar. Somewhere, a clamour rings through the honeycomb of classrooms.
What is this feeling?
Remorse. The parquet of assembly halls, the rows of stall bars are growing cold. The corridors stand empty. A girl's voice somehow finds its way through this strange feeling. You haven't heard a word of what she's been saying these past few moments. You only hear,
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
there is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Oh? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds rather serious. I should look into it.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other field
Nothing
businesses?
really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
And how does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist.
Kim?
I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
That's enough.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What about the crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait. No, not crime fiction. What is a crime? It's that bad.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
I get it. Crime, murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
You know, I'm a policeman myself.
You don't look much like a policeman.
That's fair. What does the cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's
No,
just
you're
that you
fine.
don't look like Dick Mullen.
Who? Book cover on which you see a strapping Vesperan officer. Ah. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy, then I decided to live a little.
What's that mean?
Cut loose, raise hell, blow off steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
Nope.
Why is that?
You'll understand when you're older.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
Let's see. Actually, have other
What about
questions?
books, maybe?
Okay, I'll see you around. That's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Maybe next time we'll go into the bookstore and talk to the owner and find out about the curse. So until then, everybody, have a good rest of your day. Take care.